this is a very interesting video. It's a short video, and it just gives you a perspective of reality on depending on who you are, depending if you're attractive, depending it depends on a lot. Let's listen to this a little bit.
What's the craziest thing that happened to you?
This gorgeous, gorgeous man came up to me as I was leaving a fashion event and asked me on a date, and I was just kind of like, wow, like, yeah, I'm down. And he asked me if I wanted to go on his yacht, and I was like, damn, okay, I got someone young, rich, wealthy, and super sexy, like, yeah, let's do it. So the next day,
So, you know, some people are born with the red carpet. They got great genetics. They got, money. Maybe they got a good family. And I mean, I worked in many different facilities and I seen these types and they're really happy people. I met guys that like they got great genetics. They come from a rich family and my God, they practically live on heaven on earth. I guess if you have problems, it's problems you created by getting into drugs or I don't know. I don't know. Most of the time, I hear when somebody that was born with everything gets into drugs, or they had a psychological issues when they were born. I don't know, something like that. Uh, so she meet this guy. He's a attractive guy, and she's surprised that wow, this guy has everything. Let's continue listening.
I go to this address that he sent me. I'm assuming it's his house. And I'm all excited. I'm all like dressed really cute. And I knock on the door. And an old man opens the door, which is not the sexy young man that asked me out.
So you see the disgust in her eyes. An old man opened the door. Oh my God. An old man opened the door. She didn't really say that he was unattractive or whatever. He's just an old man. So she's already kind of like age discrimination. An old man opened the door. Hello, baby. Let's continue.
And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm probably at the wrong house. And he's like, oh no, you're looking for Chris? And I was like, yes. And I'm like, oh, okay, what am I getting myself into? And he's like, yeah, he'll be here soon, come on in. So I go in and I just started modeling, so I'd never been around any sort of thing like this. I go in, there's plenty of old men, plenty of young models, everyone's doing coke, lots of alcohol, and at that time I barely even drank, so I was just like, wow, that's a lot. Anyways, Chris ends up coming.
Did you notice that she wasn't like scared? I mean, she's been around that kind of stuff. So like everybody's doing crack or they're doing cocaine. Excuse me, they're doing cocaine. Excuse me about that. They're probably drinking, doing cocaine, maybe other drugs, and she's like, okay, she's been around that kind of stuff already. You could tell. It wasn't like she was shocked and wanted to leave the type of environment. Maybe she doesn't partake in that, but she's been around that stuff.
And I'm like, hey, like, what happened to like our date with your yacht? And he's like, hey, nice to see you. Says hi.
This beautiful Chad, attractive guy. He's making money. I mean, he's there's a word for it when you throw like I forgot the name of it. It's like when you hunters they put out their dogs to hunt coyotes, right? They'll send a dog out, the bait, I guess a dog bait. I don't know. They send dogs out so they could antagonize the coyote to come in closer. If the coyote is like 500 miles away or it's too far away to get a really good shot. Usually hunters, they're or not hunters, what they call it, pest control or predator hunters. I guess they call them predator hunters because they're hunting predators like coyotes and wolves. Anyway, they sent these dogs out because they want them closer. They want them at least 200 yards closer, 300 yards, and they sent their dogs out, and so the coyote could get and antagonize and get closer to the hunters. And this is kind of like the scenario there. And she's kind of upset. She kind of figures, wait a minute, she's she's practically one of the coyotes.
Doesn't talk to me the rest of the time. Makes his rounds with all the models, and then I quickly realize I'm one of the many girls he invited. So we get on this yacht, and then I kind of realize this is what my agent had warned me about, which is what they call a promoter, aka human rat. They essentially take around models to clubs, parties, things. They get paid from these old guys to have like a bunch of models show up. And so now I'm on this yacht.
Okay, what do you think these young guys do when they need to make money? There's obviously a young guy that's trying to make easy money. talking to beautiful women that he's probably used to doing and getting their attention. And he's that bird dog. He's out there trying to bring in the coyotes. He's that dog. So you can't get mad at the game. Hey, the game is game. But she's upset. She got fooled into it.
In the middle of a body of water. I cannot escape. Old men are hitting on me. Young girls are doing coke. I'm scared, and they all sound like this, and they're all drunk as fuck. And I'm like, fuck me. And so then we're
So I'm guessing she was surrounded by a bunch of British guys that have a lot of money. What a predicament, right? This is this is a bad day for her. Let's continue.
watching this festival from the water, and I'm like tucked away in a corner, and I'm like, oh god, please.
So she has the tail between her legs, and she's tucked away because God forbid, an old guy is trying to talk to her and interested in talking to her. That's probably what they're doing. They're probably all gentlemen. I'm pretty sure they are. She just hid away in some corner like they're like a scared little squirrel.
Please, no one talk to me. And then I ended up seeing a different model on the boat who I really admired at the time, so she also wasn't having it. Became best friends with one of my role models. And then the boat next to me saw us struggling together, and they asked if we wanted a ride. And so we hopped boats to their boat and ended up having the best time ever, and I made friends in Australia that day.
And that's a bad day. That's a bad day for her. You know, she thought she was going to go out with this young rich guy that was gorgeous in her point of view, and thought she found Prince Charming, and found out that she was you know got caught up with a bird dog that brought her in, and bunch of I'm sure those old guys, they know that probably a certain percentage of these females are not going to be interested in older men, so they bring as much young females into those boats as much as possible. Hey, game is game. I know a lot of people got different feelings about this stuff, but game is game. She got out of it. She had a great old time in another ship. She probably saw another Chad or Tyrone and had fun with them. And hey, it is what it is. But you know, reality is different depending who you are. It's just I just find it funny. This is a bad day for her. Wow, that's a bad day. That's crazy.